Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of HCAM Sports Talk. I'm Tom Nappy, and just a moment, we'll be joined by Jared, Andy, and Steve to break down week one of the NFL football season, and we'll have our week two picks. But right now, here are the latest Hiller happenings. On Tuesday, September 3rd, Hiller Girls Soccer opened their regular season at home versus Norwood, and they got the scoring going about midway through the first half.
Clark airs it out, looking for Recupero. Recupero burning by everybody. Up the far side of the box he comes. Approaching, takes it, got it! Hiller strike first. Connor keeps it away. Sophia TZ gets it to Ratsos. Ratsos putting on the moves. Sends it back. Here's Nina. Nina gives it a boot. Wow! She strikes from long distance. Pushing up towards the field. Into the box. Who's going to get there? And a shot and another score. Granzos. Fotini Granzos gets the best of Abby Waters and makes it 3-0 Hillers. And here comes Recupero, slicing and dicing through defenders, and she puts in another one.
It was a 4-0 Hiller lead heading into the second half, and they added some more in the second frame.
Nina sends it over. Here's Recupero. Putting on the moves. Takes it and got it! How about that for game number one of the season? A hat trick for Madison Recupero. Top of the box. Sends it over. Open look. Takes it. Got it! Riley Colleran, the freshman, strikes for goal number 6.
Madison Recupero nets the first, fourth, and fifth goals of the game for the Hillers. Freshman Riley Colleran shined late in the second half as she netted 2 goals in her Hiller varsity debut. The Hillers went on to take down Norwood by a final of 7-0. The Hillers followed up the home opener victory over Norwood with a 1-0 road win over Dedham and finish week one of the fall 2024 season with a record of 2-0. On Wednesday, September 4th, Hiller Golf hosted Westwood. Levi Schuster had the Hiller top score, hitting a 39, but Westwood would end up taking the win, hitting a 228 overall, while the Hillers hit a 254. Hopkinton followed up with a 257-276 win this past Sunday at Bellingham. Hopkinton Hiller Golf now has 3 wins and 1 loss on the season. Be on the lookout for more about the Hiller Golf team in our Hiller Golf preview segment. On Thursday, September 5th, 1-0 Hiller Boys Soccer, fresh off a 3-1 win versus Norwood on Tuesday, September 3rd, had their home opener versus Dedham. The first score of the game came with just under 13 minutes left in the first half.
Timmy Holton, the senior, set to take the penalty kick. Owen Silva in net. And it's a goal. So Timmy Holton makes it 1-0 Dedham on the PK.
Dedham netted 2 goals in the first half and would end up taking the 2-0 win over the Hillers. Hopkinton finished week one of the season 1-1, while Dedham improves to 2-0. On Friday, September 6th, Hiller Field Hockey had their home opener versus Dedham.
Top Top of the circle. There's a shot towards the net, kicked away. Secondary shot out in front, and it is put in. Dedham strikes first. Fiona McCafferty gets the score.
It was a 1-0 Dedham lead heading into the second quarter.
Top of the box. Into the box, a nice feed and a score. It was Mary Kate Cronin who was able to send a nice back pass to Belle Daniels, and Belle Daniels puts it in.
Dedham struck again in the second quarter and had a 2-0 lead heading into the second half. The second half featured some great defense by both sides and great goaltending. The defense took over in the second half as both teams were held scoreless. Dedham took the win 2-0 to improve to 2-0 on the season. Hillers fall to 0-2 overall. Also that Friday evening, 1-0 Hiller Girls Volleyball had their home opener against Dedham. Steve Sweetapple and Matt Clancy were on the call.
Gabby with the serve. Good serve.
Deep serve.
Yeah, Landers. Got a good free ball. Good setup for Patty. Outside, Adriana.
Nice swing. What a great spot.
So Hopkinton takes the first set, 25-10. Adriana. Gabby outside. Elsa. Good swing. Landers handles that one.
Good job by Landers.
It looked like a double.
That was, yep. Oh,
Adriana from the back. What a swing. Great swing from Adriana.
Flying up there. Wow.
Hopkinton takes that second set, 25-13. Back set.
Wow, nice back set.
Addie with the swing. McNamara again into the net. And that's it.
That will do it.
Hopkinton takes the third set, 25-14 for a 3-0 sweep of Dedham.
The Hiller girls took the 3-0 sweep over Dedham and improved to 2-0 on the season. The Hiller girls sweep Norwood and Dedham in week 1 of the fall season. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this segment of HCAM Sports Talk. Tom Nappy here, and we are joined by Steve Watson, Andy Barrett, Jared Keene. We got the full crew on tonight to talk week 1 of the NFL football season, and we'll have our week 2 picks. Guys, how's everybody doing? I can't remember the last time I saw you all for the show.
It's been a while. Definitely been a while. Steve's back from his month-long vacation he was on?
Yeah, I wish, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Through
Steve.
the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania.
Yes. It was a great trip, though.
Good. I'm glad to have everybody back.
Yeah, Steve had a bunch of vacation time to use, so he had to use it all.
Use it or lose it, as they say, right?
Absolutely. Use it or lose it. So I suggest using it.
Well, he had to get over the departure of Bill Belichick, so it took him a while. But he's okay now, and he's back. Well, guys, we had week 1 of the NFL football season. Patriots getting a stunning win, probably the most stunning win of the day over the Cincinnati Bengals. No one expected it. Not even Steve picked the Patriots, and they got the win. They proved us all wrong. We are all fools for picking against the Patriots. But in all seriousness, guys, what an incredible win. What a great job by Coach Gerard Mayo in his debut getting the victory over what is a good Bengals team. And certainly the Bengals, they haven't started off the season very good in recent history, but still, I mean, you got to give praise where praise is due. And this Patriots team, they certainly deserve some praise. The defense played incredible. The offense, it wasn't stunning or anything like that, but they didn't make mistakes. They didn't turn the ball over, and they did enough to get the job done. It was great to see. All right, Jared, let's start off with you. What are your thoughts from that week 1 Patriots victory?
What a win. Again, extremely unexpected. You know that when Steve is picking against the Patriots, that it's extremely unexpected. Again, just what a way to start the season. I thought Jacoby Brissett wasn't fantastic, but managed the game extremely well. Did what he needed to do. Or Ramondre Stevenson was fantastic. Really ran hard. Really, really ran hard. Looked like he really had something to prove. I think Mayo kind of got to him a bit, and he really let it rip, which was great to see. The defense played spectacular. What can I say? That back-to-back sequence of missed touchdowns. With Gesicki losing the ball as he hit the ground, and then the dude trying to showboat as he was going into the end zone and getting stripped on the 1 yard line. What a play! What a play by Kyle Duggar. Huge plays there, and just again, couldn't ask for a better way to start the season. Defense was fantastic. I think Mayo has really, really portrayed some positive energy on this team, and it's showing. Again, extremely unexpected. Just, again, just best possible way to start the season, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. A fantastic win by the Patriots. An unexpected win, but a great win, especially with the debut of Coach Mayo. Steve, what were your thoughts about that Pats win?
Well, I certainly wasn't expecting it. I don't think any of us were. The expectations for this year, I think, still look kind of low. But, they played great defense, which we did expect that. Played really fundamentally sound special teams. First time in a long time that they've done that. And offensively, they just played responsibly. They didn't shoot themselves in the foot. They didn't make that dumb mistake. Stuff that they've had done habitually the last 2 years. It was one of the cleanest games that they've played in a while, which is saying something. So, the team doesn't have the talent. The talent, they're short compared to other teams. But if they want a template on how they're going to win games, they already have it. It's yesterday's game. That is the template. If you can play good D, like you're capable of, if you can play fundamentally sound special teams, and if you can just play clean offensively, then you can get some wins. Absolutely, you can. Can they do it, over and over again 17 times? Probably not, but who knows? If they can stick to this formula and they can keep working it, maybe they'll surprise us all. But a great start to the year, and when you're in a rebuild, you enjoy every win. That was very enjoyable.
Absolutely. Very enjoyable, very unexpected. Andy, what were your thoughts?
Well, I think this is a case where everything went right for the Patriots and everything went wrong for the Bengals. I don't think the Bengals looked like they were even interested in playing that game yesterday. Patriots just controlled the line of scrimmage. The offensive line deserves a lot of credit. You were down 2 players, and boy, what a difference. I mean, if David Andrews is not in that game, I don't think they win that game. He is a totally difference maker on their offensive line. Ramondre Stevenson had a very good game. Jacoby Brissett was solid. He managed the game. He managed the game. Another thing too, penalties. Very few penalties on the Patriots yesterday. I thought that helped as well. Defense made plays. And what about Marcus Jones? I texted you guys in our chain yesterday. This guy's really turning into a player. I've been really impressed with him. He competes. He's around the ball all the time. Him and Kyle Duggar are really forming a nice tandem on this team. Look, the other thing too is, guys, I think we can finally close the book on Bill and on Brady and everything. It's over. It's done. Okay. It's a new era of football. I really was happy for Gerard Mayo that he got a win. I think the players really like this guy. His press conferences are kind of remind me a little bit of Mike Tomlin's. A lot of energy, answering questions. We haven't seen this in 20 something years, and it was just nice to see and to win on the road. Very impressive. Nobody gave the Patriots a chance to win this game. None of us did. None of us did. But they earned it. They earned it. And it wasn't, the offense still concerns me. I mean, they only scored 16 points, but it was good enough this week. And we'll see what happens this week. But you can't be disappointed. I want them to win games. I'm tired of losing. I don't know about you guys, but I'm glad they won. I'm glad they won. And let's see what they do this week, which I think is another winnable game for them.
Absolutely. I couldn't be more impressed with how the Pats came out in that game, how the defense looked, and I think we all kind of thought the defense would continue to be good, kind of where they left off last year, but I didn't think we would. I didn't think we thought that it would be this good. So it was a breath of fresh air to see the Patriots play that way and not make those mistakes, those horrible mistakes that they have made the last couple years. So
One more thing too. Sorry, Brendan Schooler had a terrific game on special teams yesterday. That was Matthew Slater esque. He's around the ball. He's tough. I like it. I really like it. And then Marcus Jones with the fumble and the 1 yard line changed the whole game.
absolutely.
That changed the whole game.
What is that guy doing showboating, by the way? He's got the ball in one hand as he's trying to cross the goal line. That was insane. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, the Bengals were undisciplined yesterday, Jared. I really was
That
not
was
impressed.
outrageous.
Yeah, not good.
I mean, you're
at
not going
all.
to hold a QB like Joe Burrow and in check every game, but that was impressive. And I think one thing I would say as well on the defense topic is Christian Gonzalez. He held Jamar Chase to 3 catches for 15 yards. I think he said before the game he wasn't going to let Jamar Chase get a contract on him, and he showed it yesterday. I mean,
Yeah.
Jamar Chase, again, as we all know, is a top 5 receiver in the league. Extremely talented, and Christian Gonzalez locked him up yesterday. Extremely impressive. Only going to get better, and when you have that kind of confidence to be able to lock up a receiver like that and execute with it, insane, very, very impressive.
I'd say the most impressive thing is it's not like the Patriots had any weapons that really shined. I mean, the receivers didn't contribute a whole lot. It was a number of small receptions, but it was the running game mostly. And Ramondre Stevenson, he had quite a day. But it was the running game, and there was no like flashy plays or anything like that. And Brissett really just kind of managed the game. But hey, a win's a win, and if that's the way you're going to win, great defense, an offense that doesn't make mistakes, that can get a score when you need to. There's nothing wrong with that.
Tom, piggybacking off of what you said, I think this win by the Patriots was kind of an old school win from the 2001 season. Now, please don't get me. This team's not a Super Bowl team, but it kind of felt like the way they won and Bill's like first year, even when Parcells was here, kind of an ugly. Just it wasn't really flashy, but they just got the job done and played fundamental football. How many times last year were we just literally just exploding our heads for the stupid mistakes this team would make every single week? And they didn't do it yesterday. And I hate to say this, but if Bill's still here, they don't win that game yesterday.
Yeah, I agree. I think I think he ran his course with the Patriots, and it was time to move on, have a fresh start. And that's what they got this season. They got a fresh start. They got new coaches in there. And for week one, at least, it worked out. Obviously, it's still a long way to go. We'll see how they do against Seattle this week. But I can now say that I am optimistic that this team could be competitive based on the defensive performance that I saw in week one. I'm not saying they're even a playoff contender or they have any kind of chance at, go to the Super Bowl or anything like that, but I think they could at least be a contender. They could perhaps be, if they could, have a defensive performance like that on a weekly basis, they could probably be around a 500 team. I still think they need more offense. That probably will be an issue, especially when you play some of those teams that could put up a lot of points really quickly. And teams that are on their A game, let's face it, the Bengals certainly were not on their A game. But, for this week, good way to start the season. Great way to start the head coaching career of Gerard Mayo, and a good way to start for this team. And with that, I think we could get into NFL picks. And we'll certainly be picking that Seattle and Pats game in just a bit. But we'll start off with Thursday night football. And actually, before we start off, how about the records in week one, huh? We all finished above 500, which was great. So that means we all kind of know what we're doing. We really don't. Shouldn't listen to us. But I'm happy to say I started off where I ended last season on top with a 12-3 record. Jared and Steve, you are right on my tail. You both went 11 and 4. Andy and Mike are 9 and 6. So we all did pretty good. None of us finished below 500. So I think that's a win for all of us in my book.
Most regrettable pick yesterday, Washington. I thought Washington was going to come out and do some work against Tampa Bay yesterday. Holy moly, was I wrong. Baker Mayfield absolutely lit it up yesterday.
Looks
That could have
good.
been an easy win if I was actually smart and chose Tampa Bay, but it is what it is.
Well, hey, I chose Denver over Seattle. All right. Denver was on the road. So we all have those picks that we wish we could
Bo
take.
Nix was atrocious yesterday. He was awful. He played
Really?
really poorly.
Broncos got 2 safeties yesterday. Like, when is the last time that has happened? I mean, that's
Yep.
got to be, maybe Steve would know, but I don't ever remember a team getting 2 safeties in the game.
They were up 8-3, which is insane, outrageous.
Yeah. Typical Denver score, 8-3.
I know.
All right, Thursday night football. Bills at Dolphins. Let's start off. Steve, who you got in Thursday night football? Bills at Dolphins.
Yeah, speaking of the Dolphins, they were the last team to have 2 safeties, by the way, 2017.
Okay.
Only
So,
you would know that.
Impressive, very impressive.
I did look it up. So just trying to do my part here.
There you go.
Hey, it's good
Well
stuff.
played.
It's good stuff.
Bills Dolphins. This one's a tough one. I'm gonna go with Miami. I think they have to beat Buffalo eventually. They've had issues with them. I know it's that night. It's still gonna be humid as all heck down there.
Oh.
Buffalo is not great when it's really hot, so I'll take the Fins. I could really see it going out of the way, though. Going to be a good divisional battle on Thursday Night Football.
All right, Miami. By the way, I did want to mention too during our Patriots rant, Bengals are 1-4 in their last 5 opening days. So there's a stat for you. And let's see, the Bengals. They only lost 2 fumbles all of last season. They lost 2 fumbles already this season in week 1 against the Patriots. So they didn't have a great day. And the Saints have won 6 straight week 1 games. So there's some notes for you about week 1.
I mean, Carolina is also just crap, but it's part of my language. But that was awful. It was 30-3 at halftime. 30-3 at halftime.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I'm gonna go Dolphins in Thursday night football. Not sold on the Bills. They kind of struggled a little bit, and what I thought was they won, but they struggled against Arizona. They're on the road. They're in Miami. Tough place to play. Give me the Dolphins. Jared, who do you got?
Again, I'm torn here. Like Steve, I think it's a really tough one to pick to start off the week. I'm going Buffalo. Honestly, gut instinct. I like the way Josh Allen is playing right now, and he's a real difference maker. I mean, obviously, Miami is difference makers themselves, but I'm going to ride Josh Allen and James Cook here and go with the Bills.
All right. There you go. Buffalo for Jared. Andy, who do you got?
I'm going with the Dolphins here. Again, I'm torn too in this game, but I think, Steve said it best. I mean, playing a game in Miami in September, it's got to be so humid and hot. I mean, and being on that field, and who knows if you're going to get severe weather too in games, and it's just such a weird place to play. And the Bills have really struggled down there. This is going to be a close game. It's a divisional game, but I think the Dolphins are going to squeak it out.
All right, there you have it. 3 for the Dolphins, Jared for Buffalo. Moving on to the Sunday 1:00 games. Vegas at Baltimore. Is anybody going to go for the Vegas upset on this one?
Absolutely not.
No shot.
No, not a chance.
No chance.
I didn't think so. Baltimore across the board. Vegas, they did not look good last week at all as the Chargers tore them apart in that game. They didn't look good at all. So they could be in for another unfortunate season. Chargers at Carolina. Is anyone going Carolina?
No.
No.
No shot. No.
Nope.
This game's probably going to be over at halftime.
Yes. Yeah, Chargers are going to win that one. Chargers across the board. All right, here's a good one. New Orleans at Dallas.
Speaking of the Chargers, did everybody see Rex Ryan take a real shot at Brandon Staley yesterday? Basically calling him out for being a Division III coach, and now that they're much better hands with him not in the picture. That was outstanding. If you guys find it, look it up.
Because
Rex
it's
Ryan
accurate.
absolutely roasted Brandon Staley. It was great.
I missed that one. We'll have to look that up.
Anyway, yeah.
All right, Jared, New Orleans at Dallas. Who do you got?
Oh, shoot. New Orleans was very impressive yesterday, but again, that was against Carolina. I don't want to pick Dallas, but I will pick Dallas. Yeah, I don't know. This is a weird game.
Yes.
I think New Orleans could easily win this game, but I'll go Dallas.
All right, Dallas for Jared. Steve, who do you got?
Both teams did look impressive yesterday. I'm going to go with the Cowboys, though. They're at home opener. They absolutely dominated Cleveland yesterday. Kind of made a boring game out of Tom Brady's broadcasting debut, but that's all right.
Yeah, by the way, I thought Brady did pretty good, by the way.
I thought he did too. I don't know why everyone out there is bashing him. Maybe they just still hate him from his playing days. I don't know.
I thought he was very good. He was very well
He was
spoken.
very
He
good.
broke down the game very well, and I believe he's going to be announcing the Patriots Dolphins game. I think on here in
Week
Gillette.
5, yes.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
that's going to be will be good.
You know who wasn't good yesterday? Deshaun Watson. What an absolutely atrocious individual.
Horrible.
And now there's new
Browns were
sexual
awful.
harassment allegations against him. He's being sued again now. He's toast. He's absolutely toast.
The Browns looked so bad yesterday.
Browns falling apart. Who would have thought?
I'm trying to pick up Isaiah Likely in fantasy because David Njoku was actually my fantasy tight end, and he's now out for a couple of weeks. So I'm trying to pick up Isaiah Likely badly. Anyway, yeah.
All right, Andy, who do you got? New Orleans?
I'm going to go with the Saints. Now, I know they beat Carolina, but I was impressed. And Dallas, I thought, had it way too easy against Cleveland. This is a weird game, I will admit. I think it's going to be a lot of points are going to be scored in this game, but I do like the Saints. This would be a huge win for the Saints if they go down to Dallas and win, especially in the AFC South and the NFC South, where I do think they're going to be neck and neck with Tampa Bay all year. So it's a big game for the Saints.
Yes. All right, Saints for Andy. Since Andy went with the Saints, I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I was going to go with the Cowboys anyway. Cowboys are home opener. The Saints, they were impressive against Carolina, but it was Carolina. There's a debate if they should even be an NFL team. So I'm going to go Cowboys here. I do think this is going to be a close game, though. I think the Saints are for real. I think they got a solid defense. And if Carr can continue to play well, they'll have a solid team. But give me Dallas in this one. All right, Tampa at Detroit. This could be maybe the best 1 o'clock game. I'll start off. I can't go against my boy Baker Mayfield and the Bucks after they dominated Washington. Give me the Bucks to take down Detroit and send the message that, hey, this isn't last season, Lions. You're not as good as you used to be. I'm taking the Bucks for the upset. Andy, who do you got?
I'm going with the Lions. I think this is going to be a tough spot for Tampa Bay. Although Baker Mayfield's really been spectacular. He's totally rejuvenated his career. The Lions are good. They're good and they're tough at home. This should be a really good game. Might be the game of the week.
Yes, definitely the best game in the 1 o'clock time frame.
No doubt about it. It's going to be another close game, but I am taking the Lions.
All right. Let's see. Jared, who do you got?
I am with Andy here. I'm going with the Lions. I can't really go against the Lions. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Jameson Williams is a difference maker. He's got serious wheels, man. That guy can really play. Again, they're going to be tough at home. Again, and Amon-Ra St. Brown didn't even have a big game yesterday, and they still won. That was actually a really weird game last night. One of the more bizarre games I think I've watched in a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, once this team really hits on all cylinders, look out. I know I picked against Tampa Bay this weekend. It backfired, but I'm going to pick against them again. And Detroit is a much better opponent than Washington. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Tampa Bay is a much better opponent than the Rams. Uh, Steve, what do you got?
I'm gonna go with the Lions here. I just think they have a bit more to work with. I think it'll be a close game. Baker got off to a great start yesterday against Washington, and for the Lions, that's a heck of a win that they had against the Rams. They were up, and then it looks like they had lost it for a bit, and then they got it back. If the game was down in Tampa, I'd probably go Tampa, but it's up in Detroit, so we'll go with the Lions.
Wow, everybody against me. I see how it is. Go Tampa. All right. Indy at Green Bay. I'm going to go Green Bay on this one. I think they're going to be pretty mad from a tough loss to the Eagles this past Friday. Indy and Houston had quite a game. It was a good back and forth battle. I do think Indy is going to be pretty good, especially if Richardson stays healthy. I think they have potential. They got some good weapons over there. Pretty solid defense, good pass rush. But give me Green Bay. I think Green Bay, they're loaded with weapons. And I love Jordan Love playing great. Awesome weapons. So give me Green Bay, but I think it'll be a close one. Steve, who do you got?
Well, Jordan Love's out for at least a few weeks, and I'm not a Malik Willis guy. I'm not a big believer in him as a quarterback.
Wait,
So
timeout.
I'm gonna go with the Colts.
I forgot he was out for a few weeks. I'm changing the Colts because of that. I forgot Love was out.
I was about to say, man.
Yeah, Indy. Sorry. Jordan Love was the factor that set me over the edge for Green Bay, and he's out. Indy. Jared, who you going with?
Who's playing QB for the Packers anyway?
Malik Willis.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
He's the
that's
backup now.
too.
He left
Oh,
the
boy.
Titans. Oh yeah, and he came in and got sacked on that Hail Mary play. Couldn't even get rid of the ball. Yeah, Indy. Anthony Richardson is really good. I mean, that throw he made yesterday was outrageous. Going to his left, like 60 yards on the fly, hitting Alec Pearson's stride. I mean, this guy is good, man. This guy can really play. Yeah, Indy.
All right, Andy.
I'm going with the Packers. I think they're at home, and Anthony Richardson is a very good player. No question about it. But it's always tough playing up at Lambeau Field, and I know Jordan Love is not playing, but I think the Packers are going to. This is a tough spot for the Colts because again, it's a road game. You're outdoors. I don't trust these dome teams and outdoors. I think it will be a close game, but I think the Packers are gonna pull this one out. Late field goal wins.
All right. There it is. Andy's sticking with the Packers. Watch, he'll be right, and I'll regret changing my pick.
We'll hear about it in our group chat on Sunday too.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Cleveland at the Jaguars. Anyone going to take Cleveland?
No.
Not a chance.
Yeah,
No,
I didn't think so.
If the
Jackson.
Jaguars lose this game, they're in big trouble. I mean, you cannot lose
Yep.
this game.
Yep.
No. I mean, they played well last week against Miami.
Probably should have won.
They should have won.
They should have. All right, 49ers at the Vikings. Oh, no, we're not picking that due to the fact we're recording on a Monday night. We'll wait on that.
Christian McCaffrey out tonight, by the way, inactive.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
And we'll also wait on Jets at Tennessee since they're playing Monday night. You could find all of our picks, by the way, on our website, hcam.tv. We'll be posting them on a weekly basis. We got a nice spreadsheet design and with all our picks posted. And also, we track the games as football Sunday goes on. So we'll post the scores, who picked what, who won, who lost. So you can find everything at hcam.tv.
Well done on that, Tom, by the way. Well done. It looks
Yeah,
really
it's
good.
great.
Thank you
Definitely
very
great.
much. All right. Thanks, guys. Giants at Washington. Is anyone going to dare and touch the Giants?
Daniel Jones is the worst QB I've ever seen in my life. This guy has thrown more TDs to the opposing team than he has to his actual team since he signed his contract.
That is
But the
That's just so pathetic.
Outrageous.
The Patriots have problems, but I don't think they're as bad as the Giants. And
No.
No, I think the worst thing that happened to the Giants was making the playoffs 2 years ago, which is a fluke.
Oh yeah, and they gave Saquon Barkley to the Eagles. That was smart.
Right. I mean, they should have gone for a rebuild, but instead they signed Danny Dimes to a $160 million contract, and look where that's getting them right now.
Yep.
It's bad.
Andy, you're not going to go with your upset of the week here?
No,
I'm going with the
no.
Oh, I think he
Commanders.
knows better. I think he knows better than that.
And
No.
I think this is going to be a very ugly game.
Oh,
Yes.
this might be a 9-6 game.
It's fair.
I'm
Fair.
gonna say
Nine-
11-8.
11-8.
11-8.
Oh
Okay.
God. No thanks. I am not even gonna watch. I don't even want to watch this game. I could care less.
All right, Seattle at New England. The Patriots got a little faith by some people with their week 1 victory. Will they have faith in our NFL picks? Let's find out. Jared, who you going with?
Oh man. Honestly, I want to pick the Patriots here, and I think I will. But like again, now is this gonna be the weekend where Geno Smith goes DK Metcalf for like 4 TDs? Obviously they have that ability. So I don't know, but yeah, I mean Christian Gonzalez is legit. I'll go with the Pats. I will go with the Pats. This might really backfire, and I really hope it doesn't, but I will go with the Pats here.
All right, I like it. Steve, who you going with?
I'm going to go with the Patriots. Played really well in week 1. They're kind of riding a good vibe wave right now, and they only had 1 home win last year. I know that bothers them. It bothers me. I'm sure it bothers all of you, and it'd be nice to get off, on the right foot at home. So I think Pats in a close one.
All right. 2 for the Patriots. Andy, who you going with?
I am going with the
Andy's
Patriots as well. I
I thought you
just
were
think
about to say
this.
Seattle.
Yeah, this is a tough spot for Seattle. You're flying all the way to the East Coast. It's like a 10 a.m. start for them. I mean, they looked okay last week. I mean, yeah, DK Metcalf is an incredible receiver, but I feel confident. Patriots have a tendency to really play well against these top-notch receivers, and I think they'll do it again. I think the crowd needs to be a factor this Sunday. Steve, you go to a lot of these games. That crowd was dead last year.
Yep.
I think you're going to see a little bit of an amperage in the crowd. But here's the other thing too: they can't fall too far behind early. That's where they're going to get into trouble. But if they keep this game close, you got to like it. I like the Patriots here. I think it's going to be another low-scoring, close game.
All right, you're all going Patriots. Well, guess what? I'm not fully buying in yet. I'm still skeptical. Give me the Seattle Seahawks to take the win. I do hope I'm wrong. I think this is a very winnable game for the Patriots. I give them a good chance. I think this game will be close, but hey, you beat Cincinnati in week 1, but I mentioned it before. Bengals 1-4 in their last 5 openers. They are not good at the start of the season, and you did just enough to get that victory. Seattle, they could be really good in these early weeks of the season. And the Seattle win last week, I believe they did, right? Yeah, they
Yes,
beat
26-20 over Denver.
Beat
Yep.
Denver.
Yeah, they beat Denver in a sloppy game. I'm not sold really on Seattle either, but I'm not sold on either of these teams. So I'm going to take Seattle, and if I'm wrong, so be it. But give me the Seahawks in this one.
Patriots need to contain Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker had a nice game the other day.
He's a
If
good
they can
player.
stop him on the ground and try to make
yeah.
Geno Smith just beat them. I mean, Geno Smith has weapons. He's got Metcalf and Smith and Jigba and Tyler Lockett. But if you can contain Kenneth Walker, that will really be that would be massive for the defense.
Well, it's a big if. He's good. He's only getting better. We'll
Yep.
see. I mean, you got to stop a good running back and 2 really good receivers. So
Yep.
you got their work cut out for them in this one. This is going to be, I think, a tougher opponent than Cincinnati on opening day. I'm not saying that Seattle's going to be better than Cincinnati going forward. Cincinnati usually heats up in the second half of the season, but the opening weeks of the season, Cincinnati has been awful the last few years. So I'm making a bit of an exception for that. All right, 4:00 games. Rams at Arizona. I'm going Rams. I got no faith at all in Arizona. They just find ways to fall apart. I know they got Kyler Murray back, but I got no faith in them. Rams looked up pretty good on Sunday Night Football. I know they lost to Detroit, but they got some good weapons. They got a good defense once again. I think it'll be a close game, as it always is. It's always close and wild when Rams and Cardinals meet up. But give me the Rams. Andy, who you going with?
Going with the Cardinals. I think this is going to be a really good game. I actually thought the Cardinals played a lot better against the Bills than I thought they were going to. Now they're at home this week. Rams, could be staring down an 0-2 hole. Tough loss. They're on the road again. I think it's going to be another close game, but I like the Cardinals here.
All right, Steve, who do you got?
This one's a tough one.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with the upset and pick the Cardinals. The Rams Lions game that was very, very physical last night. There were some injuries, some guys who already limping around. Coach McVay alluded to it at halftime. Oh, we're banged up. Well, it's only week one. That's usually not a good sign. So, yeah, Arizona, they gave the Bills a fight. I agree with that. I still don't think they're that great, but the fact that the Rams are very banged up, I don't think that really bodes well for them. So I'm going to take the Cardinals in this one.
All right, Jared, who do you got?
Make that 3 for 3 on the Cardinals. Puka Nacua is now on IR. He's out for 4 games with a knee injury. I know Cooper Kupp went off last night. But yeah, I mean, the Rams are banged up. Nacua being out hurts. Yeah, I think it's a good spot actually for Arizona. And Marvin Harrison Jr. will get going. He only had 1 catch for 11 yards yesterday. If he really gets going, hot damn. I mean, that dude can really ball. Again, didn't show it yesterday, but I mean, again, if he gets going, look out. So yeah, I like Arizona here.
All right. I guess I'm the only one with the Rams. Pittsburgh at Denver. I hate this matchup. I was thinking about this one for hours. I'm still thinking about it, to be honest with you. Steve, who you going with?
I want to go with the Steelers. They just have a knack for winning those weird games. Like this week, they didn't score a touchdown and they won. They kicked 6 field goals. So, and Denver has a penchant for screwing things up. They've made the playoffs since 2015. They don't deserve the benefit of the doubt. So, I don't even think the Steelers are that great, but they just find ways to get some weird wins. I think they take this one.
All right. Steelers for Steve. Andy, who do you got?
I'm going with the Broncos here. I think this is a tough spot for the Steelers. Coming off they were in Atlanta, now they're flying all the way across the country to play Denver. The Broncos only lost by 6 points. They seem to play a lot better at home, and Bo Nix, he wasn't great, but I think he'll get a jolt from the Mile High is a tough place to play. I mean, regardless of how good the Broncos are, but I think it's gonna be another kind of ugly game, and I think it's gonna be a lot for the Steelers here. So I'm gonna go with the Broncos.
All right. Jared.
Yeah, again, one of the more weirder games that I think to pick this week. I really don't know. I could easily pick a tie here or something along those lines. I mean, this is going to be about as ugly as it gets. 13-10, maybe something like that, something in weird range. I don't know, gun to my head, I'll go Steelers, but I could go either way on this one.
All right.
Really weird game.
Well, since we got 2 for Pittsburgh and 1 for Denver so far, we might as well have 2 and 2. I'm going Denver. Denver's at home. That's really what ultimately led me to pick Denver, was the fact that they're at home. Pittsburgh, I still don't know what to expect of them. We were all surprised that they won last week because we all picked against them. It just goes to show how bad Atlanta probably is. Denver, they certainly weren't that impressive last week. They at least made it a game, and they let me down because I was the only one that picked them. And for a while, I thought I was going to get my pick over all you, but it didn't happen. But we'll see if it's, shame on me for trusting them twice. But give me Denver here. All right, Cincinnati at the Chiefs. Is anyone dare going to go with Cincinnati, who is typically horrible in the first few weeks of the season?
I'm very tempted to because Cincinnati has Casey's number for sure. I'm actually extremely tempted to, but I'll go with the Chiefs. Barely.
Are you
I
sure?
think it's
You
gonna be a
can
lot
if you
closer than everybody
want.
thinks.
You can if you want. You might be right and outsmart everybody.
All right, give me Cincinnati. Screw it.
Oh, he's doing it.
Give me
He's
Cincinnati
doing it.
here. They got Casey's number.
They do. They do. I just think it's going to be a tough spot. This actually might be a competitive game, but I still think the Chiefs pull it out.
If this backfires and I lose like 40-0 here, so be it.
Then you're not taking the Bengals anymore. You're done picking the Bengals after this week if they
I'll
lose.
tell you, the
That.
Chiefs, they look good. They looked good opening night.
Yeah, Ravens gave them a good game, but they're still the team to beat. Man.
Yes, absolutely. And how about that rookie they got there? Trying to think of his name.
Xavier Worthy.
Worthy.
He was on my bench this week in fantasy.
Really good.
He is something. Look out.
He's electric.
He's like the next Tyreek Hill. All right, Chicago at Houston, Sunday Night Football. Is anyone going? Actually, Chicago looked pretty good last week. We'll go around the table on this one. Let's see. Andy, who do you got?
Going with Houston. This is going to be a tough spot for Chicago. They did play well. They're down 17-0. They came back. The Caleb Williams era has begun. I think the Bears are going to have a good season, but the Texans have so much firepower on offense. They're at home. It's going to be a raucous crowd. This actually might be a pretty big win for the Texans this week. I think the Bears are going to have a lot of trouble.
All right. I agree. I'm going Texans as well. I mean, the Bears are going to be better. Caleb Williams might very well be the real deal, but as you said, Houston, way too much firepower. They really built up the defense. Good all-around football team. I think they're going to be one of the best in the AFC. So give me Houston on Sunday Night Football.
And you got D'Amico Ryans. Like he's gonna throw the kitchen sink at a rookie quarterback.
Absolutely. Steve, who you going with?
Well, Tom, you said that you weren't sold on the Patriots. I'm not sold on the Bears. They didn't score an offensive touchdown in that game yesterday. Yeah, they came back and won. Tennessee handed that game to them on a silver platter. So I'm gonna go with Houston in this one. They had a nice win over the Colts. I think they moved to 2-0.
That's a good point. The fact that they didn't score an offensive touchdown. Jared, who do you got?
Houston across the board here. This is going to be, I think, D'Amico Ryan's defense is going to make it really physical for Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams threw for less than 100 yards yesterday. I think he's one of the few QBs to have like 25 pass attempts and throw for less than 100 yards. Or 25, I don't know, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, again, they got pretty lucky. I mean, Will Levis blew that game yesterday. I mean, I don't know if you guys seen Will Levis on his knees after he throws that pick, that underhand flip or whatever for a pick six. That was atrocious. That was absolutely brutal. Yeah, I mean, I think Chicago will be better, but give me Houston here. This is again a tough spot for Chicago.
All right, Houston across the board for Sunday Night Football. Monday Night Football, Hotlanta at Philly.
Philly.
Is anyone going to
Hotlanta's? I'm not sold on Hotlanta. Hotlanta stinks. I don't know. I know they don't stink, but again, Steve I think said it best in the group chat yesterday. Hotlanta is the same different year. Like again, it's part of my language, but again, until I see that this team can actually like win a game, maybe or not be ridiculous, I'm going Philly all the way.
All right. Is anyone going with Atlanta?
No, but I do want to add to that point with Atlanta. Like we all heard about their offseason and this and that. They're improved and new quarterbacks, new this, new that. They're gonna be one of the up and coming teams. Yeah, we've been hearing that for a long time. And look what they do. They can't even beat Pittsburgh despite not allowing a touchdown. Come on. Same stuff, different year. I think Baker Mayfield and the Bucs are gonna be the favorites down in the NFC South. Not Hotlanta. Same stuff, different year.
That team has not been the same since they lost to the Patriots. I'm telling you.
Patriots broke that franchise. They've never been the same ever since.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
They're still the same Falcons. Like I've never seen a team like they are so unpredictable and and now they're going into Philadelphia on Monday night. No, it's not going to be.
They passed on hiring Bill Belichick, Who does
Yeah.
that?
They
Come
did.
on, man.
Well, no comment, Steve. But Arthur Blank down on the field when it was looking like Atlanta was going to beat Pittsburgh. Soon as they showed Arthur Blank on TV down on the field, that's when Atlanta just completely fell apart. Does that guy ever learn? Stop going
He
on the
does
field,
not.
Arthur Blank.
He does not. No.
Horrible.
You're cursed. Your team's
Yep.
not going to win if you go down to the field. So stop it. If Arthur Blank's on the field, you
They'll
know,
lose it.
get your betting app and just pile the money against Atlanta because it's a guaranteed win.
This is the most
Unbelievable.
unpredictable team in the NFL by far. I mean, the Vikings are up there with them. You know, you never know what you're going to get from the Vikings, but Atlanta's the most unpredictable, weird BS team in the league.
Yeah, they absolutely. And to add some further spice to that matchup next Monday, Belichick's going to be at that game.
Oh,
Oh,
Yep.
oh.
awesome.
Yeah.
I
This
saw this
has-
as well.
This
Belichick
has
is
lost written
there.
all
The team
over
that
for
didn't
Atlanta.
hire him, he'll be watching them play.
Wow.
This has a loss written all. This might be a blowout. I mean,
Oh, Belichick's going to curse Atlanta even more.
Yeah.
They're going to be double cursed. They're going to have
Saquon Barkley's going to run for like 6 touchdowns next week. Mark
Oh
it.
yeah, pilot against Atlanta. They're going to get crushed in this game. Forget about it.
Oh,
They're going to be
God.
double cursed. They're going to have the 28-3 curse, the Bill Belichick curse, the Arthur Blank curse. They're in trouble over there. All right, well, there's our week 2 NFL picks. Believe it or not, we're just about out of time, but we do have a little time for final thoughts. Steve, we'll start with you. Any final thoughts as we wrap this show up?
Final thoughts. Looking forward to the start of high school football season. I know your home opener in Hopkinton isn't until next week, but ours are this week for Nipmuc and Milford. So looking forward to the local games starting up.
Fantastic. Andy, any final thoughts?
yeah, I ran a couple weeks ago. I ran the Tunnels to Tower 5K. It was actually 6K up in Portland, Maine. This was to honor some people, to honor the people that were killed in the 9/11 attacks, and of course, the 23rd anniversary of September 11th is coming up this week. Just one of the worst days probably in the history of this world, in this country. We all knew where we were when it happened. It was a great race. It was for a great cause, and just never ever forget. Always remember the people who lost their lives in that horrible day.
Absolutely. Jared, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I got 2 actually. I'll try to be brief. The Tyreek Hill situation yesterday was ridiculous. The other, on a really sad note, I don't know if you guys saw, but Johnny Gaudreau's wife basically announced that she's pregnant with her 3rd child. That's about as horrible as it gets. What a horrible situation that is. Yeah, again, that's still awful, and
Yeah.
I hope that idiot who decided to make a really dumb decision that day gets every kind of death penalty possible. So yeah. Sorry to break down the mood, but that is my final thoughts for sure.
All right. Yeah, certainly just a terrible situation there. All right. Well, I guess I'll end it on a happier note. Hiller Sports, week 2. Great games coming up. Be sure to check our website, hcam.tv, for our broadcast schedule. We will have all of the Hiller home games live. It's going to be a lot of fun. All the teams looking pretty good. It's looking like it's going to be a good competitive season, so be sure to tune in to our live Hopkinton Hiller sports broadcasts. And that's all I got for final thoughts this week. But guys, thank you so much. It was a great show as always, and we'll do it again next time. For Andy Barron, Jared Keene, and Steve Watson, I'm Tom Nappy. As always, we thank you for watching. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.
Last year, both Hiller boys and girls cross country won the TVL Large title. The boys team finished 5-0 during the regular season. The girls finished 4-1, and both the boys and girls teams won the All-TVL meet to cap off the regular season. This season, a number of great athletes are back, and the Hillers are looking for a repeat. Boys head coach Laura McKenzie and girls head coach Jean Can have the teams training together to get ready for this season's meets.
Yeah, I like the team this year. The team's looking really strong. Got a lot of young kids on the team. Good future for the team. A lot of young talent. And I guess we're looking to accomplish another undefeated season, another win at TVLs. We've won it the last 4 out of the 5 years, I think. So we're looking to win again.
I think Steven wrapped it up pretty well, but I just want to have everyone be a good community. We're going to have a good atmosphere and have a fun time while we do well, hopefully.
All right, is there any meet that you're particularly looking forward to, any opponent?
Maybe Ashland. Definitely always put up some good competition. And Westwood, they put up some good competition, but definitely the TVL meet, definitely one to look forward to. Everyone, it's always a good meet.
All right, and what are some of the things that you work on in these early practices to get ready for the season?
Definitely just getting some good quality long runs in, building up like a nice base and getting some good long runs in that you can't do later in the season that will like burn you out. So getting to know everyone, all the new athletes, all the good freshmen, getting to just meet everyone, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, just get to know everyone. You put a lot of miles in the first few weeks just to kind of set a base and, be ready for the season and prepare to do well.
And how are the new guys on the team looking?
They're looking very good this year. They definitely put their summer training in, which is always good to see. I think they're going to be good. They're going to have a good high school career.
Good. I think we have a good team so far, and I think we have a lot of potential, especially in the younger grades, and we have a good group of girls this year.
Yeah. I think we're really good at running in a pack this year, especially like during the workouts, and the returning varsity is pretty good too.
We also had a bunch of girls that did mid-distance and track come and join the team this year who hadn't done cross-country before, maybe came over from some other sports. So having some other girls that already have mileage under their belt, I think will be very helpful for this season.
Excellent. And what are some of the things that you're working on in these early practices to get ready for the season?
I think right now we're working on getting our mileage up because we're so early in the season. Our season goes to like Thanksgiving time that right now we're just base building, and then slowly but surely we'll do more and more speed work. So by the end of our season we'll have